Do you? She's new Rod Stewart. Hey, Sarah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
She's already recording. Hey guys,
Hi.
I'm excited.
Hi, everybody.
Hey Stephanie, hey Kate.
Hey, Sonya, how are you?
You couldn't be better. How are you?
Hey,
So
Sonya.
good to see you.
Hey.
Hey, Sonya.
Hello. I don't know why I take these off. I can't see a lick without.
How are you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
All right, let's see here. Let me make sure. All right, you guys, so we're going to get started here in just a minute. If you guys can, though, please make sure you mute your microphone. If you're not sure where that is, it's in the bottom left-hand corner on your screen, just so that we don't have any background noise. That would be fantastic. I'm so excited for tonight, you guys. It's going to be so awesome. We're going to get started in just a minute, but I really want to try to make sure. Kate, for some reason, I can't mute all. You do it on your screen? Okay, I think Kate muted everybody. So, Sonya, you'll just have to unmute whenever I get done introducing you. So give me just a minute. Okay, y'all. So if this is your first Zoom call, we are so excited that you guys are here. Welcome to our Team Plexus Emerald Coast weekly team call meeting. We're so excited that you guys have taken this time out of your Monday evening to listen in. Sonya is somebody that I have followed since the very beginning, so I feel like I've known her for forever. But I think we actually met in Hawaii last year. So, but I'm so excited for her to be our guest tonight, you guys. This is a huge deal. She's a Diamond Ambassador, so she's the top of the company, you guys. And if y'all haven't seen her training videos, if you're on my team, you should have seen at least one of those training videos because I think I post them every single day. She is just such a smart lady. I really admire her, and I'm just so thankful that she is taking this time to be on our team call just for us, y'all. She's going to pour into us tonight. Kate and I and Sarah and Lelania, we were honored to go and listen to her mindset training in Louisiana. And she just has so much she wants to share with us tonight, you guys. So without further ado, here is Sonya Dudley.
Thank you, Stephanie. What a sweet introduction. It's just, isn't that crazy technology? Here we are, like all in different places and connecting, and it's great. I feel like Plexus is like my family. Well, I'll just share 4 or 5 minutes of kind of my background and my story just to kind of set you up for what we're going to talk about. I apologize if I'm a little raspy. I just did a call at 7 over the same thing we're about to talk about. So I'm a little raspy, but hopefully I can get through it. Well, I live in Tennessee, by the way. I've been in Plexus a little over 4 years, 4 years and 2 months. And I joined Plexus in September of 2012. And before Plexus, when I was 19 years old, I joined a network marketing company. And I worked that company all through college. And it put me through college, and it was great. And I loved that company. I went to my first convention while I was in college, and I came home, and I never looked back. I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So my senior year, I went full-time network marketing. And so that's what I did for 17 years. I loved it. Are we okay? I was here. Are we okay, Steph? Yep.
Yep. We can still hear you. Sorry, I think somebody didn't have their microphone muted. Sorry about that.
Okay. That's okay. I didn't know. Okay. So, the biggest thing for me during that 17 years with that one company, even though it taught me so much, like, it taught me how to dream. Even though I've always been a dreamer, it taught me really how to dream big. It taught me how to believe in what I was dreaming. It's that company and that process of a lot of down times, a lot of not so good times. All those things taught me how to be resilient, how to never quit. I just learned so much from that company. And I can tell you that a lot of people think that, when I joined Plexus that, I hit diamond fast. But to me, it took me 20 years, honestly, because, you can just go to college for 4 months and be a professional in your industry. If you're going to college to be an attorney, you don't go for 3 months and then quit when you have a lot to learn before you can be your best. You have to realize that this journey is the same way. I believe that network marketing is probably, other than having, a college degree, professional 6-8 year degree, I believe it's probably the highest paid profession as far as when you hit, the positions where you're making 6 figures. So why in the world do you think, you can make 6 figures and not know what you're doing and put a time limit on it? Well, if I'm not Emerald in 1 year, I'm quitting. Don't do that to yourself. Be willing to learn the lessons that God has before you. I quit that company after 17 years. I was very burnt out the last few years. I was very burnt out on the comp plan, I guess. I wasn't making, 1 month I'd make $3,000, $4,000. The next month I'd make $1,800, $1,500. It was very hard to live like that. We were in debt up to our eyeballs from that kind of living. For 4 months you make $3,000 or $4,000, and then you make a purchase, or you choose to do something with faith that it's going to keep going, and then, life changes. So I can just tell you that, I was really burnt out. I was to the point of, I was sick also. I woke up really sick one morning in May of 05, 06, something like that. And I thought I had the flu, but I was really, really sick. It took a long time to diagnose what I had. And so for 2 years, I quit that job. I quit that career, gave back my car, lost my whole team. And I just stayed home and tried to get healthy. And I got better, but I was never healthy. I got functional. They Band-Aided. I was on a lot of medications to Band-Aid the issues. I was never healthy from, the gut. And so when I went to work, when I was so desperate, I had to go get a job. I didn't have a college degree. What was I going to do? So obviously I went into sales. And then in that 5-year window, I also bought 2, not 1, 2 traditional brick and mortar businesses. I went into a 6-figure debt for that and could not make any money. It was 08, 09, bad timing. And so that's when I went to work at Verizon Wireless, where I met Michelle Thomas, and from Rock the Pink. She's my level 1 diamond, and she's a rock star. And that's where I met her. She hired me, and she saw me in the darkest time of my life. She saw my first anxiety attack. She saw me cry. Every week I was crying because I would go down to my business on my lunch break that someone else was running, and we had not had any sales for the day. And I was like, how am I going to pay my employees on Friday? So it was just a very dark. And so I tried 2 or 3 other network marketing companies in that 7 years that I was off from the other one. Y'all, I never stopped believing that the industry was the best. Where else could you pour into people, be others focused, love on people to get what you want? I love the concept of network marketing. The more you help other people get what they want, you'll get what you want without focusing on yourself. I loved that. So, I never lost sight of that, but I had just not found the right company. So fast forward, when Plexus came along in September of 2012, my best friend of 23 years, Helen McFadden, she said, okay, I know we swore we'd never do it again. We have made fun of it. We have we literally were so skeptical. Our husbands hated network marketing. Like, we didn't even want to tell them because are you kidding me? I had done 4 others. Oh, me, no way would I tell him. So I said, listen, okay, why should we do this? And she explained, the products make sense. Everyone needs what we have. We know enough skills with people. Let's go for this. So that's what we did. And that was September 2012. The products changed my life. Within a week, I felt like a different person. And then after a month, even better. And, medication free, and never felt better in my life. And I'll be 47 on Friday, and I feel amazing. So I just, 10 weeks after starting, I was able to quit my job, and then I hit Emerald in March, and then Diamond 3 months later. That's my story. But I want to teach you some things that I learned along the way. And yes, these are not for just looks. I really do have to have them. I remember when I hit like 30, I went and bought some at Claire's with glass in them. Seriously? I didn't need them. I went to buy them for looks. Seriously, Sonya? Really? And now I have like 50 pair. They're everywhere. Sometimes I have 2 pair on my head and a pair on I mean, I don't want to be without them. It's like this, you know. Okay, so let me just teach you a few lessons that I've learned along the way. After a drink of water. Okay. A lot of what I've written down, obviously, I've been in this industry for 25 years. Now, with that, everything that I'm teaching you is either from other people's knowledge, books, videos, cassette tapes back then, or it's from my life lessons that I've learned, my heartaches. So when I read you things, a lot of these quotes and things I'm reading you are not original. They're a sum of who I am, you know. So I want to start with saying that I was listening to something the other day, actually last night, and it's so good. It's something I heard a long time ago, and it's he talks about how many leaders and many speakers and many scientists and many motivational speakers, we all have our different things that we believe, that we teach, we disagree on things, but there's one thing, one common denominator that they all believe. And I mean, oh my goodness, dead on. We become what we think about. We become what we think about. I want you to think about when you are really focused on something, like it's all you can think about. Don't you get that done? Like when you want to achieve something and it's all that's on your mind, like you get it done. There's a point. It may take you a while, but you get it done. We are human beings, and when we want something badly enough, we actually can make it happen. But if you are telling yourself all day, I could never do that. If I were just a better salesman, if I were more like Stephanie, if I were more like Kate, if I had more skills, if I'd been in, and how do you expect to produce corn if you're planting potatoes? If you want good results, you can't tell yourself all day all the things that's wrong with you. So you have to trick yourself if you have to, and your self-talk has to be, I'm great at this. Like, for example, let me give you an example. I've never loved, I've been in this house for 17 years. I've never changed paint. I've never changed furniture, hardly. I'm not a house person. I have a nice shell to live in, and just let me go shop or be with people and do my thing. I've never been into it, but I'm into it right now because I've been forced to get into it. There's times you just have to go, okay, we really need a new mattress. We really need some furniture. We really need to paint the walls that are chipping. So, okay, I've been forced into this. The last 2 weeks, I have told myself every morning, I'm so creative. My creative juices are flowing. I have such style. I actually have great taste. Like, I've been saying that to myself. Now, did I really believe that? I don't verbalize that, though. And let me tell you what's happened. I truly am loving it. Like, I have found something I love besides plexus. Like, I found myself a fun thing that I'm actually good at. And it really proved to me, like, all these years that I have verbalized to everyone and myself, oh, I'm not a good decorator. I hate that stuff. I hate Pinterest. I don't know how to do that. I just want someone else to do it. Like, I have made the results. The results have come from what I've said to myself. And the results for 17 years or my whole life have been nothing. Now I'm changing what I'm saying, which is changing what I'm believing to be true, and my actions and my results are happening. It's so much proof of exactly what I'm talking about. If you say, I want to be Emerald, I want to go to the top, And then you turn around all day long and you talk about all your faults and how bad you are at this and how you don't know what to say to people. And, oh my gosh, if I only looked this way and if I could only lose some more weight and if I only had a supportive husband and if I only lived in a big city. And how do you expect to get the fruit you want if you're poisoning the seeds? That was an original. Need to write that down. I'll never say that again. How do you expect, though, to get that if this is what you're putting in? And I'm going to tell you that when I go teach my John Maxwell Saturday things, my biggest thing that I always hope people can walk away knowing, or not knowing, but realizing, is that if you can become self-aware of everything that you're hearing from other people and everything you're saying to yourself, if you can become so aware of it, then you can change it. See, when you're aware of what's going on and what's coming in and what you're saying, then you can change it. And the only way to get different results is to change what's going in. So for example, when someone says to you, oh, you've got to do this, you can do this, you're so good with people, and you go, yeah, okay, great, and you hang up the phone and you're like, oh, if she only knew my life, oh, if she only knew my skills, I'm not even good with talking to people, I don't even know what, then, like, how do you expect to produce fruit? I want you to think about something. I want you to think about, a lot of people wait to get motivated before they go into action. You know, here's an example. Dread, this is years ago in the other business, I had to book home parties, and I would dread picking up that telephone. It was so heavy. It was like I needed to make those phone calls and book those parties, but I didn't want to. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid to get a no, and then what would I do? Would I be disappointed and quit? I was just afraid. And so I was waiting to get motivated to pick up that phone. Here's the deal. The only way I could ever pick up the telephone was to get myself to the point and to pick up the phone. And the way I did that is I would say, Sonya, if you pick up the phone and you get a yes, what's that going to do for your family? How's that going to take you closer to your goal? And I would visualize and play. I would play pretend. Okay. Hey, Susie. Yeah. I've got an opening. You want to book a party? Oh my gosh, great. And then I'd visualize myself getting to her house, and there would be 8 women there, and $1 a piece, and I'd go home with life, and I would visualize that, play that out. I would play that out, and it would excite me enough to pick up that telephone. So that's where the discipline came in. The discipline came from believing it was possible. See, if you don't believe it's possible, you don't even need to get out of bed. You're not going to go for the goal if you don't think it's possible. Try it and see. If you don't really believe that you can hit emerald, you're not going to have the discipline to do the activity that you need to do to get you there. So in order to do that, you have to play games with yourself, guys. I really believe, I'm not kidding, I believe this, that, when you're a little girl or a guy, a little boy, and God gives you all this ability to dream and play pretend, right? Yes, shake your heads. You remember pretending and you thought you could do anything, and you were this and you were a princess and you lived in a castle, and like you had the ability to go there, didn't you? What happened over the years? People rain on your parade. People tell you, get real. This can't happen to you. Who are you to think this could happen? No one in our families ever went to college. Why do you think you can? And you allow other people's beliefs to seep in, and you start taking them on as yours. And here's the good news. They're not yours. They were theirs. So now it's time to sign the little library book card back. You give their little card back to them, and you say, you keep your own little thoughts, and you can have that, because I'm going to go back to the way it was when I was 8 years old. And so you have to talk yourself and play games with yourself just like you did when you were a kid. And I believe God gave us that ability as a kid so that we know how to go back there. That's my thoughts. All right. We only use 10% of our ability. 10%. Really? What could we do if we used 50%? Seriously. So you have to already see yourself as achieving the goal. You have to see yourself as it already happened. So in the morning, before you hit the floor, say your prayers, pray over your business, pray that God brings you the people that you need to talk to. And then visualize, take 3 or 4 minutes, close your eyes, and just visualize you achieving that goal, how it's going to look, how it's going to smell, how it's going to feel, how it's going to sound, to hear your spouse or your children thank you for working so hard to take them on this trip, or to provide this, or to take a family. And I know it sounds silly, but I'm going to challenge you. If what you've done all these years is not working, why don't you try something different? Why don't you try this? It's proven. It's in hundreds of books. I've seen the fruit from it, not only from my life doing it, but from many, many, many who I'm teaching. It's proven. So maybe quit trying so hard to figure out a new system or a new script or a new planner or a new whatever, and just try this. Try working on your mind. Doesn't it make sense? When you put something in your computer and you save it, you know how to retrieve it. And every time you need it, it's easier to retrieve it because you know where it is. Your brain is a muscle. And every time you say something to yourself, it becomes a habit, and it's easier and easier to pull that up. That's good or bad stuff. So in order to change a habit, it takes at least 21 days, they say, but I think it takes longer. Okay, a couple more things, and then I'm going to stop and do Q&A. Stephanie, I said Q&A. I might take like 5 minutes of Q&A. If there's 5 minutes of Q&A, I've about voiced out between 2 Zooms tonight. Okay. People are designed, this came from the John Addison book. I love this. People are designed for success, but conditioned for failure. Do you hear that? It's one of my favorite quotes. People are designed. God designed us for success. See, if He gave you a dream in your heart, He gave you the wherewithal to achieve it. But we are conditioned by other people for failure. How empowering is that? See, the reason that gets my blood going is because I'm not worried about what other people think of me anymore. And knowing that God designed me for greatness and success, and the more I make, the more I can help, then who cares what people think about me? Who cares that people want to condition me for failure? See, it's easy. Listen, people don't want to change. It is too hard to change for most people. It is hard for me to change. Change is not easy, but it's worth it. And in order to be a better person, you must embrace change. Now, most people won't change. So it's easier for them to hold you back. It's easier for them to help justify your weaknesses so that you stay in their zone. Misery loves company. Okay? It's normal. So I want you to understand that when people are negative, when people are, they say things that you think they're trying to hurt you or they're being negative, they don't know what they don't know, guys. And they're just doing what they can to protect themselves. And it's easier for them to try to keep you there because it's more comfortable for them. Don't allow other people to cause you one day when you're 60, 70, 80, to cause you to look back and regret that you didn't just push through your fears to become that person that God designed you to be. He gave you those dreams. He gave you the ability to play and pretend and dream when you were 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. You got to go back to that. You got to go back to that. And listen, people don't care. People think about you and they might judge you for 5 minutes at best. And then they're off judging someone else. Do you not want to look back one day and say, it was worth pushing through the pain and pushing through the fear, and it was worth changing. It was hard, but it was worth changing because now I have no regrets, or very few regrets in life, versus looking back and going, I can't believe I let that person's opinion of me stop me from blessing thousands of people. So, okay, I could literally, as Stephanie and Kate know, I could preach for hours because that's what I do, but I'm not preaching. I get really passionate. So there's, I guess, a difference. But do we have any? I'm looking at the chat number, and there's 48, 50, 51, 52, 53.
You got so many good comments, Sonya. They're just saying they just have loved all of this. This has really helped them. I mean, gosh, man, some of these comments are so great just to even just read. So I knew having you on here would be such a blessing.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I hope it's helped somebody. You know, the biggest thing that I hope is that people just make a decision and draw their line in the sand and say, you know what? I'm over it. Today's a new day. It's never too late to do the right thing. It's never too late to start. And just make today your day and go for it because you're in the right company. I can tell you too that, it takes years to, I'm going to move this over so I can see everybody. It takes years to build credibility with people. Don't think that after posting for 3 to 4, 6 months that you should have more customers. You should have more this. You should have more likes. You should. No. I want you to turn it around and think, hey, I'm watching a friend on Facebook. She's been selling candles for a good year. She's probably the real deal. She really does believe in what she's doing. I think if I'm gonna buy Scentsy candles, I'll buy from Susie. I believe her. But it probably took you a while to be sold out on that. And what you can't do is you can't be the person who then after 3 months says, well, I mean, I can't even get my friends to well, you know what? Your friends are the hardest. So get over that one. You got to build credibility with people. You got to build it. It takes a year or longer to build it. Don't give up. Just pretend it's a checklist and you're at work and your boss says, okay, Kate, for 1 year, I need you to post this once a day. I need you to post about this once a day. I need you to do this and this. And if you do this for a year, I'm going to give you $100,000. And you just do it and you trust the process. You don't doubt the process. You trust it, knowing that if you focus on effort, results will be produced. Results will always produce themselves. You plant corn, you're going to get corn if you fertilize it. You do the effort, you're going to get results if you're doing it every day. That's how you're fertilizing it. You're doing it every day. So, all right, I'll shut up.
Everybody just wants to hug you. They just love you so much. And I knew y'all would. I love Sonya. I have learned so much from you, Sonya. Like, words can never express the gratitude. Like, I never did marketing before. I didn't even know I got into an MLM or what an MLM was. So watching your videos taught me everything I feel like I needed to know, and it gave me all the tools that I needed to grow my business and learn and grow. You do have to. It's something that you have to learn, belief in network marketing. I mean, I was a total skeptic before, and I thought this was a scam. And when I found out I was in a network marketing company, I'm like, oh gosh, what did I get myself into? So,
Yeah.
But we're just so thankful, Sonya, that you took this time out of the night. And we are so thankful for all your videos. And I know that I use all your training videos, and I just try to duplicate them for my team. So thank you so much for coming on the call tonight. Like, it just means the world to us. So, everybody just keeps commenting how much they love you and how great it was. So thank you. Wasn't it amazing, guys?
Thank you,
y'all.
Sonya.
I appreciate it. It's not about me. I'm glad I can give you guys some hope. It's about what you can do now and change for your family and people around you. So thank you so much. Let's do this line in the sand. It's done. You got all of you can be in Maui next year. Listen to me, there will be people that join in January. They're in Maui. So you can do it. You can do it no matter where you are. Okay? Gotta believe it.
Thank you so much, Sonya. All right, you guys, y'all have a great night. We'll talk to you guys all later. Thank you so much for coming again, Sonya. Thank you so much.
Love
you. Good night, you guys.
Good night, man.